What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for yet another match preview. Tottenham travel to the Midlands this weekend to play Aston Villa away, which is actually, funnily enough, our first game against Aston Villa this season.
Yeah, he had to play them twice, playing them twice in the last 10 games.
Exactly. So this is the away leg. As it currently stands, Tottenham in 8th position, Aston Villa in 9th position. 4 points separate them. Tottenham 6 points outside the top four with a game in hand, and this is our game in hand. So if we have any sort of ambitions this season, this game is a must win. 3 points is a must, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it. It's do or die, really, for our season. If we can get that game in hand with a win, go 3 points behind Chelsea, then it gives us something to fight for. It gives us something to look at.
I mean, as it stands, we're just hanging on by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah.
And if we win this, then we'll have some sort of a chance.
Yeah, we're going to 5th. We'll go just behind. We'll take over West Ham on goal, depending if West Ham lose to Arsenal or whatnot. We're just behind them. We'll be just behind Chelsea with three points behind. And, at least that could maybe build some confidence. And with Jose and Lloris, saying there's a few players who are not starting, who aren't behind the manager or aren't trusting in his methods or who have turned on them. The only way I can see that turning around is if Mourinho starts trusting a core section of the players who apparently still have his support. Some of the key players apparently still have his support. And that's the only way I can see this turning around, because at the moment, as soon as we start trusting the fringe players to come in, they're laying us down every time.
Yeah, they are. I mean, there was a slight moment last week, when we had that 3 wins in a week, and we thought, anyone that comes in starting to play well now, it's just all thrown back in our faces, isn't it?
As Gina said, it was all a lie.
It was all a lie.
That's what it proved. We just need our big players to step up and show that they want to be part of this team. They want to be for this club of the long haul, and they need to take that responsibility on their shoulders. It's a massive, massive game. Villa, although they've had a very good season, are not in the best of form.
Yeah, winless in 3.
Winless in 3, and also before that losing to Leicester as well and drawing to Brighton not so long ago. Ever since beating Arsenal, they've been on real patchy form. Grealish has been injured. That's hurt them a lot. Yeah, I think he'll be back for this game, but it's not guaranteed.
I mean, what they're saying is he hasn't trained, but he's going to have a late fitness test.
He's going to play. We know he's going to play. Zaha back for Spurs. Antonio back for Spurs. Grealish, he'll be back for Spurs. That's how it works this season.
When you assess how they've been the last 3 games, I know they haven't won, but has their performances been any good? I haven't seen
Not
much
really.
of them.
They've been pretty lacklustre.
Because, they've drawn 1-1 with Newcastle, drawn 0-0 with Wolves, and then lost 1-0 to Sheffield United as well. So, is that teams you expect them to be beating, really?
Definitely a team that seems to be struggling without a talisman. They rely so heavily on him for creativity, and they definitely look very flat when he's not on the pitch. One thing to note is, despite them being on all bad form, they know that defensive record they have is still pretty strong. They don't not conceding a lot of goals. In their last 4 games, they've only conceded 2 goals. So still keeping clean sheets, still being hard to beat. But in terms of creativity and in terms of attacking talent, without Grealish, they are found wanting a bit. He's their real special X factor, and everything good usually goes through Grealish. They literally look for him for any moment they can, and without him, they do look a bit lost going forward.
Can we learn something from Aston Villa? In terms of the way they dealt with the Dean Smith situation last season, in terms of, he was on the brink of the sack, nearly went down with Aston Villa, saved his teeth the last game or last couple of games.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was.
Resisted the temptation to sack him.
They didn't sack him. They invested in him in the summer, got players that he wanted in, and now they're I know they're in a bit of a bad form, but they're kind of flourishing for it, really. Can we learn something from that?
I hope so. In terms of not chucking away a manager too quickly. I know the knives are out from Mourinho at the moment, and there's not, you can't argue too much against it with the way we're playing and the form we're showing. But I think it's important to assess where we are at the end of the season to see what the right thing to do is, and not panicking and doing anything too hasty right now. I think that's the most important thing. If we do continue this form and we're nowhere near the top 4 come the end of the season, and we do lose the Carabao Cup final, then obviously serious questions have to be asked about Mourinho's position. But I think it's important to assess it at the end of the season when all is said and done, and then we can have a look at the bigger picture and see what we've really done this season. So,
who's been impressed? Who's been impressive for you for Aston Villa this season? Apart from Grealish,
yeah. Grealish has been obviously unbelievable this season. Watkins has been a star as well up front. Obviously, he's blown a bit hot and cold recently. He had a crazy start, scoring that hat-trick against Liverpool.
Yeah.
I think that was on his debut, might have been, or his second game or something.
I think it was his debut.
Maybe in the home debut. Got that hat-trick against Liverpool, and he started like a house on fire. The goals did dry up a bit, but he also chips in with quite a few assists as well.
He does, yeah.
So he's not just a one-trick pony, and he's definitely one we're going to have to watch out for. He's clearly hungry, and he's got that youthful exuberance.
Nearly joined us as well.
Very good. We balked at the price. That was the worry. I think they signed him for 30 million or something like that, 25 million.
Something like that.
And I think we balked at the price, went for a cheaper option, Vinicius, and probably paying the price for that. But he's clearly taken to the Premier League like a duck to water. He's been a fantastic first season. He's going to be a real handful on Sunday. He really is. He's going to be a big threat. I think their defensive four of Cash, Konsa, Mings, and Target have been, and Martinez 5 even actually.
Martinez is class. Isn't he?
They've been really hard to penetrate. They've been really tough. All of them except for maybe Matt Target. Matt Target's more of a he's like Ben Davis-ish kind of fullback. Like he's defensively solid, but he's also got a bit of a cultured left foot as well. But in terms of the other three, like Cash, Konsa, Mings, physically imposing players. Who Cash, Konsa, Mings? It's hard to say no at the moment, the way we're playing.
Yeah, but when you're looking at signing...
Konsa and Mings I probably would. Cash, I think... Cash has had a good season, but I'd like to see him do it consistently a bit more. But Konsa and Mings I like a lot. I like a lot.
I like Konsa and Mings. Yeah, I do. I think I'll take Konsa. I'm not sure about Mings.
Really? You take Konsa over Mings?
I think because Konsa's younger, he's got. I think he's got a brighter future ahead of him.
I think Mings is a bit more composure on the ball than Konsa does, but they're both real physical defenders, and then when they press you, it's very hard to get away from them. They have that pace to if you make them run the other way, they can recover. They've got good recovery pace, and obviously Emiliano Martinez has been in great form this season for Aston Villa after his transfer from Arsenal. He was
even really good form back end of last season as well for Arsenal, wasn't he?
So he's been, I think he's kept the most clean sheets, or one of the most clean sheets, maybe behind Edison this season. So
would you say he's goalkeeper of the year this year for the Premier League?
He's definitely in contention, yeah, he's definitely in contention. You have to say that. He's
been that good. I think he is.
And then you've got John McGinn, who's a hard worker in that central midfield.
Very hard worker.
Not only a hard worker, but he's got quality on his left foot as well. He can really bang one in from 30 yards if you give him an opportunity. He's got a great shot on him, and he's one of those tireless runners, which they're hard to shove off. You know what I mean? Like one of those players that are just always a nuisance.
He plays with his heart on his sleeve. You know what I mean? He's always like a box-to-box midfielder. He's everywhere. He's always everywhere, and he's just someone you need to be wary of.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of the other players, I think Bertrand Traore apparently is injured, so he's not going to play.
I think Bertrand Traore is top class.
You think he's top class?
I really think he's a good player.
I don't know about top class. I think he's good. I don't know if he's at a level like I think if he was at Spurs, we would be frustrated by him.
Probably.
I think he would be rotating with like Lucas and Lamella.
I would say he's. I think in terms of quality, I think he's better than Lucas and Bergwijn.
I don't know if he is.
You don't know?
I don't know if he is. I think he's good. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think he's got a good left foot, but I think he's fairly inconsistent, and I think he's one of those players that will really frustrate you.
Maybe I haven't seen him playing too much.
I think he's one of those players who, when you're opposition fan, I think you because you see like the highlights and stuff, you think he's a great player. Yeah. Then when he's your player, it's like really frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen him that much this season. Let's be honest, but I think from the times I have seen him, he's always had a good game. So maybe the only times I don't watch Villa is when he doesn't have a good game.
Yeah, he goes through fits and spurts. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm sure he's a threat, but I don't think he's going to play anywhere on Sunday. But what I was going to say is they have like El Ghazi and Trezeguet and Ross Barkley. But these are the kind of players who really thrive more when Grealish is on the pitch, and when they have the responsibility to create, they kind of don't have that. They can't really take down their shoulders, and they don't have the quality to really make that difference. But when Grealish is on the pitch, you can see them coming alive, and they really get involved in the game. So it depends. A lot will depend if Grealish is fit or not as to how much of a threat Villa are going to be. But look, it's about us at the end of the day. I think in terms of quality, I do believe we have high quality players. it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. They're a very physical team, and they're going to attack us, and they're going to go for the win. They're going to be confident they can get the result, and it's not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. But if we approach the game with the right attitude, and we approach the game with how Mourinho wants to play, and we listen to him, like, we have the players to win this game. Absolutely no doubt about it. We have the players to win this game. We have serious quality in our team, but we just have to apply ourselves correctly.
When you've been watching Aston Villa this season, you say the defence has really come on this season. Recently, they're just not conceding any goals, really, hardly. Maximum 1 goal a game, if not, but they're usually keeping a clean sheet. Where can we get at them? Where's their vulnerabilities?
It's going to take some good quality to get at them because they don't concede goals easily. It's not like there's a sort of big weakness. The one weakness I would say, really, in terms of defensively, is probably Matt Targett. He's someone you could target, I would say. He's got a big X on his
so he's a left back, right?
He's the left back, yeah. He's got a good cross on him. He's one of those players who can get forward, and attacking-wise, he's decent. Defensively, he's not a liability, but he's one of those players who, if you're going to aim someone to get at, it'll probably be him.
So someone of Bale's quality should really be able to get at him.
You'd think so. He would be thinking that he could definitely have some joy on that right-hand side against Matt Targett. I'm not going to say he's going to have an easy game, but I was saying if that was the one place I would target, it would be Matt Targett. Like Kane, I can really see Kane struggling against Konsa and Mings because I can see them really getting in his face and pressing him. And he's going to have to really drop deep again, I feel, to really get any joy because Konsa and Mings, they're physically very imposing. So it's going to be tough to
might have to use Lucas Moore as a bit of a decoy.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're going to have to be very wary of them. Their positioning, maybe sometimes they can be caught out, but physically, I feel like they're really strong. I mean, their forward line is not the best, actually, in terms of, obviously, when Grealish and Watkins are both playing, they're a massive threat. But if Grealish isn't playing, or even isn't at his best, then maybe you could feel like maybe push up a bit, and you could hope their forward line could maybe be a bit wasteful, which it can be at times. So that's use the fullbacks a lot more, I would say. Or Ori and Reguilon need to get forward a lot. But other than that, there's no glaring weakness in the team. It's just about being better than them. It's about working harder than them.
Who wants it more on the
Exactly.
day.
It's about those kind of things when it comes to... That's why we've struggled so much against the top half teams, because against the bottom half teams, yeah, maybe our desire and stuff like that might not be 100%, but our quality is that much better than them that we can overcome those games. But when the quality is fairly even, every time we're found wanting.
Our players don't like to be out of their comfort zone. And when we're playing teams in the top 10, they're out of their comfort zone because they're physically matched in terms of quality at some stage, and they're physically matched in terms of just pure physicality on the pitch and who wants it more.
It's about who can work harder.
Exactly. And when we play a team in the bottom half, we know we're better than them. We know we're better than them, so we go out there with a bit of a confidence and a bit of an arrogance as well, and we know we can beat them. But when we go against a team in the top 10, we don't have that.
It's like we have fear as well. As Laurie said against Arsenal, we play with fear. We play as if like it's hard to explain, but we don't put in those extra yards for some reason. It's like but it's weird because we have to do that even more against the top teams, and it's like against these top half teams it's kind of like we down tools and we just give up the advantage already. It's like we're already playing from a place of inferiority from the start.
It's like we go out there knowing that we've lost already.
It's really
like we
strange.
Step onto the football pitch 1-0 down already.
Because quality-wise, I think we're as good, or for the most team, there are a lot of teams in the top half. But I think it's
but
those
just not
things.
Mentality-wise.
Yeah, I think it's when it comes to those application stuff, when it comes to teams who are equal in ability to us, we don't have it, and we end up getting outworked. We end up getting pressed the shit out of. We're the ones who get suffocated, and only really in the last 20 minutes when the game's beyond us, when we go, okay, we have to give it a go now. That's the only time we look threatening, when we have no choice but to go give it a go. And unfortunately, that's been a big undoing for us this whole season. And I think the players and the manager, unfortunately, will all have to take a lot of blame for that. But if we win on Sunday, who knows what could happen from now to the end of the season. I think you've got to look at the league table and say it's open for us to snatch that top 4 if we get that win on Sunday. And I hope that if we do get a positive result, it could instill some belief in the squad that maybe the season isn't done just yet. But if we do lose on the back of the 2 defeats we've already had, I don't see us
over.
coming. I don't see us
It's
coming
over.
back from it. I don't even think, in terms of the league position, like we'll be 6 points off top 4. So you look at it and think, okay, it's not like it's the end of the world in terms of the league position. But I just think, in terms of the mentality of the squad and just the morale, I can't see us coming back from that. I just cannot see us coming back from that and getting a run of wins after 3 damaging defeats like that. 2 is bad enough, and I honestly think we're going to take those 2 defeats into this game and it's going to affect us negatively. That's what I'm worried about. But if it doesn't, and we do have a good performance, then it can be a springboard. But unfortunately, the way things have gone this season, I can't see us coming back from it. Especially if we do get a bad result on Sunday. I think that I can't see the squad recovering. I can't see the squad recovering. Could be curtains for squad,
and it could be curtains for Jose as well.
Yeah, that's what I fear.
So yeah, there you have it. That is our match preview. What score prediction are you going for?
I've gone for 2-2. I've gone for a bit of a reaction, but not enough.
For Villa to concede 2 goals, eh?
Yeah, but I've gone for not enough for us to get the win.
Unfortunately, I'm going for a 1-0 loss. I mean,
With or without Grealish, you're saying that? Does it change?
I think it does, to be honest. I think without Grealish, it could be 0-0.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
I reckon without Grealish, I reckon it's like... Yeah, I reckon it's like 0-0 or something. I just can't see. I think confidence is just way too low at the moment, and I just can't see a way around it. We got absolutely shown up by Arsenal completely. We got absolutely shown up by Dynamo Zagreb, and Villa beat Arsenal a few weeks ago. So, I mean, Villa are a good side. They did just lose to Sheffield United not long ago as well.
They did, yeah. But look, it's going to be a very, very interesting game. It is literally do or die now. It's do or die. And if we win it, it's going to be do or die the next game. And if we win that, it's going to be do or die the next game.
Literally. So we have to start from somewhere.
We've got literally like 9 cup finals, including a cup final in there.
In a weird way, though, if we do win, it's 4 wins in 5 in the league.
It's not all doom and gloom. Eh?
It's all doom and gloom. It's a weird way of looking at it, but it is. Like, I know everything seems to be on the precipice at the moment, and I'm not surprised because in terms of our season, it is nearly in tatters. But in a weird way, if we do get a good result, things don't look half as bad.
All right. Well, that is the match preview. My brother is going 2-2. I am going for 1-0 to Aston Villa. I think it's the first time this season I've predicted a loss. First time the whole season.
Yet to do it. I'm still going strong.
But yeah, there you have it. Let us know your score predictions in the comment section below. Let me know the way you think the game is going to go in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.